Tolerance. Alright, so we want sometimes for things in our present day life to interact with a 3D printed object. In order to do that, we have to learn a tolerance. And every 3D printer has a tolerance, and some are different based upon whatever resolution you have it set at, or whatever kind of extrusion rate you have it set at. If you have your, let's say, system totally calibrated, ninja style, and everything's perfect, there's not much of a tolerance, but there still is, because plastic does shrink when it cools, and then it encloses itself when it cools. So you got to think about the contraction of plastic too. So let's say I had a piece of geometry that is like a cylinder, right? Okay, a cylinder is a cylinder. In real life, let's say this cylinder is exactly 3 millimeters, and we do have that, and we have 3 millimeter filament. So I use 3 millimeter filament a lot in order to make hinges and stuff like that. Well, in 3D print land, a hole for that filament would actually be 3.5. Because there's got to be a 0.2 tolerance around it for my printer. And I know it comes out every time. If I want a 3 millimeter filament to go through a hole, I need to make a 3.5 millimeter drill bit. So this is my drill bit. So let's do that. Let's take a cube. Let's make a 20 millimeter cube. And we'll take this drill bit. Think of it as a drill bit. It helps, trust me. We'll take it, put it right in the middle of the cube, and we're going to drill a hole through the cube. Well, how do we drill a hole through a cube? Very easy. We use a modifier called Boolean. So what Boolean is going to do is take this, which is called cylinder 01, and use it as a drill bit. The drill bit feature is called difference, and we can use cylinder 01, and then apply. So you can see now, if I move all these objects out of the way, I have a hole. And if I take my original, this is my 3 millimeter filament, and I zoom way in here. Look at that tolerance. Visually look at it, okay? Because if you visually look at it, you never have to do this ever again. Look at the spacing here. So you can detect it. So what I mean by you never have to do it again is, let's say I need to make a cubed hole for this square right here. Well, I would have a bigger one as the drill bit, and I could do just like that. It's memorizing the tolerance. Alright, so keep that in mind. As far as tolerance is concerned, it affects everything. Anytime you have an object that interacts with another object, another 3D print object, if it's a hinge, if the two things are rubbing next to each other, again, same tolerance, same spacing, works out just fine. Alright, so that's tolerance in a nutshell.